Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into the rest of the stuff that we were shipping out today on Monday. So the video I posted yesterday was the stuff. I already dropped it off, but it was all due today, as well as the stuff I'm about to get into. So it's a crazy amount of items. But this second half is not as much because we did the majority of it yesterday. All right, first up is this Cold War board game. It's like a Victory Games bookcase game. One of these like sizes like this. It's like a 13 by 12 or something by like 4. But yeah, this is gonna be one of the. This is a political slash chit wargaming battle one right here. Get a bunch of these particular board games, the vintage ones. People like to play the politic games. They like to play the military ones, the war ones. This ended up going for $17.50 plus shipping. Everything's gonna be plus shipping. I grabbed this one because I hadn't seen it before and I like the cover. There's a lot of these games, but like Victory Games, Avalon Hill, there's a ton. All right, next up is going to be this little religious angel cube right here. This is going to be one of those cubes where you can mix and match. You can like, pull it apart and like flip it over, kind of like one of those old fortune cookies, like when you're in school to like, move it around and make different images. So it's a one with a bunch of angels, religious angels. So a little crafting here. This sold for $5.88. I don't even remember where we got this. Probably like a thrift store or something a long time ago. It was in like an older bin of stuff I listed in. All right. Next up is going to be the Learning Company. This is Gizmos and Gadgets, just a little user guide like for a PC game, just a little booklet right here. Someone just wanted it. I remember there was like an estate sale where we got this from, where there's a bunch of boxes in the back room. They said it was all like trash and stuff. We asked if we could go through it, and like 99% of stuff we found that day was in that other room. So they gave us a good bulk price because they considered it like just junk stuff that people weren't going to be interested in. There was a lot of PC manuals and other posters and stuff like that. This sold for $5. All right. Next up is going to be this right here. Next up is going to be Strategy and Tactics. This is going to be Tupelo. Is that how you say that one? Yeah, Tupelo board game. This is just the map and then the tokens. The magazine is the thing that will usually have the rules as well. You can look up the rules pretty easily. The tokens are still unpunched and the mat's pretty good. This is like the harder part to, you can't craft or make it up, or you can't look it up and stuff like that, where like the rules, you can just look them up and download them or print them or look at them on your phone. But yeah, $10.77. Strategy and Tactics magazines always come with these different games and people like to play them and collect them. All right. Moving along, this was like a weird one because I still don't know too much what it is. I got some of the stuff called Macard. It's like a Korean cartoon, like a Transformer type of cartoon. Got a couple of these like comic booklets, and there was also some like figures I got that looked like they were pretty expensive. But yeah, this ended up going for $35. I listed them higher up because there wasn't that many in the US like for sale. So then I get to be the person that gets to sell it for the price that I want. And I put like a high price on it and took a $35 offer. All right. Moving along, we have this vintage Tootsie toy. This is going to be like a metal die-cast car right here. It's missing the bottom. Remember, Netta got like a little auction lot where she got a bunch of these older vintage die-cast toys. A lot of them had like wear and tear. I didn't think that they would be good, but she said people won't really care because they still collect them and they're older, so like they're going to have the natural wear and tear on them. But yeah, this ended up going for $6. This is towards the end of that baggie. I remember the baggie was full of these cars that I listed a year or two ago, and there's probably like only 4 or 5 left. So these are like the last bits of that lot. All right, moving along, super old listing. This is going to be a mouse mat. It just has like a dragon right there. Nothing too fancy. It says a Zolt up there. I don't know what a Zolt is, but I listed this a long time ago. So if it did mean something, it's probably like a company that made these. But yeah, people like getting different mouse pads. All right, that one was $12.59. This is like a bigger mouse pad. Sometimes people like the bigger ones versus sometimes people like the smaller size mouse pads. All right. Move along, not a thing we normally sell, but I think someone gave this to us for free. Deep Sleep Overnight Cleanser. So like a beauty product right here. Beauty products can sell pretty well. You got to make sure that they're sealed, no expiration date and stuff like that. Make sure it's good to go. $6.50 for this one. So not like a huge price, but like I said, we got some of the stuff for free. All right, moving along, we have a laminated RPG map right here. Well, it's like a double-sided, a gate RPG. So you have Shadows of a Stern. There you go. We'll just say that. So there's the front, and then on the back is the map. You can tell someone spent the time and money to laminate it. So even though it's curly, it's not going to rip or anything, and people like to collect this kind of stuff. It's a little bit, you have to charge like a little bit more for shipping because we use those priority mail like triangle poster tubes, and they do kind of add up to be slightly more expensive. But like I do like listing this kind of stuff, like the posters and the maps and the laminated ones. Sometimes I'll get the board game laminated maps from the war games, because the war games, they're like paper, they're not even mounted on cardboard, so sometimes people will laminate them and then they sell pretty well. So this ended up going for $10.78. And then the last item for the day is going to be a vintage game science die right here. It's the number, it's a D20, but it's 0 through 9 twice. It's like a light brown color, pretty good shape. People would either crayon or ink the little numbers inside there. This one has not been inked or anything, so it's just like a light brown. This sold for $17.14. All right, so with the yesterday sales plus today, that's everything that we're shipping out today. All right, before I finish the episode, Annetta wanted me to talk about some returns we got. We got 2 returns. We've been getting a lot of returns because we've been shipping on more stuff. So you ship on more stuff, you get returns. We have free shipping on for like the return items. So like people don't have to stress when they buy stuff from us, to show like we have good faith. I want people to want the items that they get. This one right here was going to be like a painted frost giant. The hand had broken off at some point, either during the shipping or when they handled it. I don't actually know, but they were like pretty upset. But this one is going to be, when I relisted, a very easy fix. It's just like, it's going to need some miniature glue, hobby glue, hot glue gun, glue. You can glue this back together. So sad that they didn't want to have a discussion about the, some price off to pay for some glue or something. It really isn't. As someone who's done miniatures, this is a very, very easy fix. I'm going to list this as needing a repair, and I'll mention in the picture and in the description that it just needs repair. I'll take a little bit less money. I'll let someone else do the work. Basically, like, someone can send me a lower offer, and in my mind, that would be them getting a whole new thing of glue, which will last for a lot of miniatures. So that happens. That one's sad because I felt like, they just wanted the return instantly. There was no discussion with that one. They were just like, it's broken, don't want it, set up the return. I said, no worries, we'll get you your money back when it comes back, including the shipping. And then these 2 things were, I think, the wrong scale, so I'll have to look into it later. But this is, I think, by the plastic company or something like that. And I think when I looked it up when I was listing this stuff, I think the company website had said that they were a certain millimeter type, so I assumed that all their stuff was. So I think that's where the mistake happened. I think it's been a while since I listed the thing, but yeah, I couldn't figure. This one was just like, oh yeah, send them back, I'm sorry. And when I relist it, I'll probably remove the millimeter that I had put because it was wrong for someone, and I'll just put like measuring tape alongside all the pieces so someone can, like, check to see if it's the right size for their miniature. These were like bits and pieces for like a certain type of tank. So, returns happen. Obviously, it's not fun. I don't get upset or mad about it. I just kind of like move on. I do apologize to customers and stuff for this kind of stuff. Sometimes it's something for me to learn. Sometimes I think like this one could have been an easy fix, but you can't tell someone like, hey, you could just glue it. Do you want to get some money off or something for that? I mean, you can try, but that person, I could tell they just wanted their money back and the item back. They were upset. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone had a good weekend.